So going from A on to B. I would call it NAB, but you guys might call it something different. But I'm just going to call it N now because we reduced it to one variable of N. So we have how many unknowns? 4 unknowns. How many equations do we need? We have 4 unknowns. How many equations do we need?
4 equations.
4 equations. How many bodies?
2 bodies.
2. What do you want to do? Let's think. Let's just go ahead in our heads to do the static analysis. Okay. If we look at here, how many unknowns do we have in this free body? Free body diagram 1 has how many unknowns?
2.
Try again. 1, 2, 3 unknowns. How many unknowns does free body diagram 2 have?
2, 3.
1, 2, 3 again. Which means if we looked at free body diagram first, free body diagram 1 first, or free body diagram 2 first, we would not be able to solve for all the unknowns because there are 3 unknowns here. And how many equations can I get from this?
2.
Only 2. Some of the forces in the x and some of the forces in y. I could only get some of the forces in the x and some of the forces in the y equals 0. I only have 2 equations for this, but I have 3 unknowns. What equations do I have for this one? Some of the forces in the x and some of the forces in the y. 2 equations, how many unknowns? 3. I can't solve for these. What about this? How many equations do I have? Some of the forces in the x equals 0. Some of the forces in the y equals 0. And how many unknowns do I have here? 2. So which free body diagram would it be best to use the equations with first?
The last one.
The third one, free body diagram 3. Because using free body diagram 3, I could solve for those 2 unknowns, NA and NB. Then I would need another free body diagram, right? Either 1 or 2 to solve for N and theta. So the important thing that we're doing today in class is looking up the setup. Check out the picture. Read the words. Write down the given and find. Do the table. How many unknowns do we have? How many equations do we need? How many bodies do we need to analyze and draw the free body diagram? That's it. The next step is to solve the whole problem with statics. So the homework that I'm assigning today, homework number 4,